Welcome to Dramatizations of Literature and Features with your host, Tommy Wiseau. Oh, hi, Internet. I did not see you there. I am Tommy Wiseau. You may know me from such classic movies as The Room, and that's it. A very good example of Robert Louis Stevenson's great writing is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Ha ha ha, what a funny story, huh? Now it is time where we throw football. Wasn't that fun? Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde has very good characters, very well developed, and is just an all-around good book. But I'm not the only one that thinks that. I also think that. I am no longer Tommy Wiseau. I am now a completely different person. Ha ha ha, just kidding. It is still me, Tommy Wiseau. And now, because we are bored, we will now be acting out for you Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Isn't that right, Mr. Fredrickson? Yes, Tommy, that is right. You are very correct on that. You are the smartest genius man ever. Thank you, Mr. Fredrickson. I know. Ha ha ha!
Did I ever tell you the story of how I relate to this door?
I don't believe you did, Enfield.
Well, I started taking a late night walk. Then suddenly...
Hello, I'm J.M. Ward, and due to technical difficulties, I will now be reciting Enfield's narration. It was late one night, and I was walking home when I came across two figures, one a young girl, not more than 10, and one an odd little man. The girl was running at full speed, and they collided. The terrible part was, though, that the little man proceeded to trample the girl, hit her with his cane, and did so very calmly. I, of course, in good sense, ran to the scene and grabbed the man by the collar. He put up no fight to escape, but he gave me a look so ugly that I started to sweat. Well, was it a look like that of Justin Bieber, Enfield?
It was worse, Anderson.
Worse, Enfield?
Worse, Anderson.
Why, I've never heard of a monster with a look worse than the smolder of the Biebs.
It gives me nightmares at night.
Why, no doubt. Baby could make any right mad insane.
Let's get back on topic.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, Enfield. Oh, hello again. It's still me, Jim Ward, still reading Enfield's narrative. And I realize that this scene may become a bit boring, so I'll give you something to look at. Anyway, back to the narrative. Soon thereafter, the girl's family arrived, and then the doctor. The child was fine, said the doctor, but everyone of the group hated the small man I had captured. We told him that if he had any friends or respect throughout London, they would be vanquished. We told him £10 would be required for the child's family if he wished not to make a scene. He stood for a moment, and then walked to that door, whipped out a key, and disappeared inside. He then came out with the money, in check form, and even cashed it himself later that day. Of course we had to let him go, so we did. But I do know that he went by the name of Hyde. Oh, it is good to be home. Boop-a-doo. There you are. Oh. The Will of Dr. Jekyll, and the case of the disappearance of Dr. Jekyll for 3 months or more, all of his everything must be given to Mr. Edward Hyde. Hyde is in Jekyll's will. That's where he got the money to pay off the family. I must talk to Jekyll right after I talk to Lanyon. Yes, that is what I must do. Well, Lanyon, it's certainly good talking to you again. I like your tie. Where'd you get it?
I got it at the dollar store.
Oh, I thought you got it at Forever 21.
No.
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 Are you sure?
Yes.
Looks like a Forever 21 tie.
No.
Okay. I don't believe you, but still, we'll go with it. Well, anyway, Lanyon, what I came here to ask you, you, I, and Jekyll have been closest friends for many, many years. Indeed?
No.
I'm gonna just go with you said yes. Well, anyway, has he ever mentioned, of a Hyde to you?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, well, thank you, Lanyon. You have a good day.
That's it? The only scene I'm in? This is outrageous.
Jekyll! I must talk to you. I must speak to you. Hello.
Oh, understand. What a nice surprise.
Well, hello, Pooh. May I talk
Alright.
to Jekyll? Is he in?
Okay, please do come in.
Okay. Well, so Pooh, Jekyll isn't in?
Nope.
Okay, well, for the main reason I came here, do you know of a Hyde, Mr. Hyde?
Why, yes. Jockey,
Jekyll?
Jekyll.
Okay.
Jekyll takes a
Take it.
lickens
Wow.
to him.
Liking to him.
He has a key and
And total access.
total access. We have orders to abandon him.
Obey him. Obey him. It says obey him.
That does not say obey.
Yes, it does.
That says Abed.
Well, you know, I wrote that in like 2 seconds. Cause, so, you know.
Oh, see, there's your problem. You wrote it in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
No phones.
Oh, wait, are we filming? Sorry. So, Jekyll isn't in Pool?
No.
Well, for the main reason I came here, do you know of a Mr. Hyde?
Why, yes. Jekyll takes a liking to him. He has a key and total access. We have orders to obey him.
Okay, well, thank you, Pool. And might I add that your Hyde is just like my Hyde. So's your couch, in fact. What an odd coincidence. Goodbye, Pool. If he be Mr. Hyde, I be Mr. Seek. That was luck. Excuse me, are you Mr. Hyde?
Yes.
Well, don't you want to know how I knew it was you?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
I think you mean the opposite answer.
No.
Yes. I think you mean yes.
I said no.
I think you mean yes.
Just explain.
Okay, well, simple deduction. I heard that you had a Justin Bieber face, and man, is it much worse, so I knew it was you. We share similar friends, you and I. For instance, Jekyll.
Jekyll never told you of me.
Stop wasting my time. You know what I want. You know what I need. Oh, maybe you don't.
Jekyll, it's so nice to speak to you. It's been many times, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Well, I came here because you know I don't approve of your will, correct?
Yes.
And I don't approve of Hyde. I've learned of new information about him.
Yes.
Now, listen. If you ask me to drop the subject, I will.
Go ahead.
But you don't want me to drop the subject?
Fine. If I have to.
Okay, Jekyll, just because you asked me to, and no influence at all, just because you asked, I shall.
Good.
And for nearly a year I did. But one question still remained. Was this short and sweet writing because the writer of the script had to hurry it up, or simply because he had run out of ideas? I was not sure at the time, but later found out that both played a role. Ah, we're off topic again. Sorry. Anyway, after about a year, I found out that a friend and client of mine, Sir Danvers Carew, had been murdered. It became to my knowledge, with witnesses and evidence, that Hyde had been responsible for the homicide. We now show my conversation with Henry Jekyll about the matter. Jekyll, have you heard?
Yes. I'm legally honest, said I don't have nothing to do with that Hyde again.
Good man. And he did. For about 2 months, Jekyll was back to his old self. But then one day, he just got up and shut the door, and everyone out with it. Sometime later, Poole called me over. What is wrong, Poole?
My master is dead.
How do you know? Was he murdered?
Yes.
Who? Do you believe? Could it have been Hyde?
Possibly.
I think I know what we should do. We should knock down the door.
Yes.
Poole, on the count of 3, I shall break down this door. 1, 2, 3. Didn't work, Poole. 1, 2, 3. Nope. 1, 2, 3. I did it. Let's go. By God, Poole, it is Hyde, and he's dead. You stay right here, Poole. I'm gonna search for evidence. What's this? It's a document uttered by name, written by Jekyll. I shall go home and read this, and then come back. Speaking of which, I've always admired Hyde's cane. No, give me that. No, put that. Ow, hey. Ha-ha. Time to end this mystery once and for all. Well, that stinks. Boss, sorry I'm late.
Yes. Worse, Henderson.
He's saying understand.
Well, you dog. All right.
Hey, what the heck, man? What the heck, man? You wanna fight? You wanna fight me? You wanna fight me?
Yeah.
We gonna do this?
Yeah.
We gonna do this?